Welcome. Okay, here we are. Let's see if everything's actually working. Am I coming in? Okay. Let's see. Good, I hear myself. Turn that off. Beep. There we go. There we go. Okay, everything's coming in hot. Alright. Welcome, Cookie. Good to see you. Let me get some juice. Hopefully I didn't forget anything, but we'll address that later as we come along. But welcome, welcome. Okay. Welcome, Judd, and the stream elements. Good to see ya. We've been, yeah, hi. We've been doing pretty good moderation-wise. Cookie, right? Haven't had any bad actors. I don't know what's the best way to call them. I guess just trolls. Welcome, Dakota. No, last time we had like a bad one was when I switched my topic or whatever. Like instead of film and animation, I changed it to gaming ones. You know, like some troll came in. I was like, maybe I should not be in the gaming topic. It looks like, oh, it's the category. What's it what we call it? Okay. So, either way, we'll get started in just a bit. So welcome everyone to see we get showing. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Welcome, welcome everyone. Hello, hello again. Cookie, Judd, and Dakota. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I got a little clover. Haha. For St. Patrick's, I will do a little animation for that next week. So we'll be celebrating it this month. But yeah, let's see. Been trying to figure out what to really show off this stream, so I just kind of will probably play by ear as I kind of think of things. So I don't really have much of a plan exactly, as much as just kind of showing off what I got and maybe make some. Gotta focus on audio, but if I start to trail off, then that's what the and more is. So. Could probably leave it early. Okay, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, I appreciate it, Cookie. Super cool. Okay, let's see. Where have I been? I've been doing pretty good. I've been burning the candle on both ends lately, so I've been super exhausted. Every time I like wake up, it's like I can't get up. My eyes are so tired. I'm probably getting, you know, like 6 hours of good sleep per night this week. So, yeah, I've just been super busy at work, like really actually being like, I have to make sure that I know what I'm doing like every minute, pretty much to get things going at work. And then I come home, have dinner, and then try to get my energy back up to then work on the game. And it's like, okay. Fortunately, I get my second wind at midnight. So it's like, whoops. That means that I'm all ready to go at midnight. I'm like, here we go. All right. Then I work for like a couple hours. And then it's like, okay, let me wake up at 7 the next morning. And then do it all over again. So I've been, the progress has been pretty good for what it is, but for what it is doesn't seem like it's much, because if I played a game you won't really notice too much, you know. It's not like art-wise, you know, anything's really different or anything. But I have been playing with the audio, so I can make it a little bit quieter here. I can make the music a little quieter. I probably have to play with the audio settings a lot today. So let me know. Yeah, I needed it up so I can do the sound effects here so you can listen to these. What we can do is crank this up. So that should be pretty okay. You should be hearing like, excuse me, a little like beeping sound like da-da-da-da-da on Sunny. So what I've done is I've added way too much coding and probably like overkill for what this is. Let's see. It would be, I closed all my files. Let me just see. It was in characters. Let's see. Let's see. There's like a couple thousand lines in here. So what's happening is that there's a Sunny voice function. Find that some core stuff I honestly don't understand. I got my dad to help me figure out some of these extra bits that needed like an extra function and then set it to true. So if this event is show done and this function equals true, then do something. So then I now have this VA on switch that I can then turn off when I need to. That happens a couple times. And then I have this audio file, play a random choice that's from Sunny Audio Talk. That's Sunny Audio Talk here. And so I have like 4 different audio files, these OGG files, that then kind of go in and out. That if you play one, well, that's how the narrator sounds. That's me. So it plays, it like chooses on each like screen here, like every dialog box, I guess. So every dialog box, it chooses between one of these audio files from this list and then plays it, and then yeah, and it stops and it stops. So yeah, I've been playing around with like how I want these audio sounds to be. That's why I get these short ones, because it's like I had it where I could probably like open some of these older ones. So I got all these files here with it's mixed in with like their themes, their music sounds, and then each of their narrations. Let's go to Sunny. So we got Sunny Shorts, and then we got Sunny Talk. So I opened some of these into Audition. So I have so I have been finding clips from the show, Make Your Mark and Tell Your Tale, and so I'm trying to find like one little line and then super distort it. Welcome, Azamat. Welcome. I hope you enjoy it here. Played around with audio for the game. So I took a line from, it must be Make Your Mark. I don't think I did too much. I think the only things from Tell Your Tale was maybe Izzy, but even that I think I then kind of didn't save it. So most of them are from actually the movie. That's right, most of them are from the movie or Make Your Mark. But I took the like one snippet of a line or like little sections here, and then I like took like one little tiny syllable and then like cut it and then moved it into different places, so it becomes more, instead of just a hello my name is Sunny, it becomes Sunny my name is, and so it like reverses it, you know, like it splits it up and splices it, so it's in all these different like chunks of audio. Maybe taking like one tiny syllable and like moving it over, so you get And then I also reversed it, so it's actually going backwards. So I don't know if this will play. So that's sort of what it is that it's trying to completely distort it in a way that it just becomes like garbleish instead of, hello, my name is Sunny, or, ooh, hi, new friend, or, you know, these little quotes from the movie. I've completely distorted it in such a way that it's like, it's hopefully not recognizable at all. Yeah. So these are the longer ones, and it's like, they work, but they just sound really weird in context. Like if you played it in a game, then it's trying to do these like overly long kind of sentences, and they kind of get kind of weird. So those are the long ones, and then I can find my short ones. Shoot, these ones. The XMPs, I'm not sure exactly what they are, but I know that OGG is what I want, so I use these as my actual audio files. So what I did with these is that I took like maybe like one segment of like one syllable, like just kind of something that sound like that, and then I would cut it and then place it into a new file, and then super sped it up. Played with different little effects here, like I can play with this is to get rid of some of the extra sounds, to make like lift the vocals out of it, to like remove some of the background noise. There's like de-hissing, noise reduction, like hiss reduction is pretty good. Mostly I'll also just go through stretch and pitch, and I can like speed it up and like lower the tone of it, and I can see how long it's gonna be, and then that's actually making it a little bit faster than what it is, but see, it sounds a little bit different. And so I have different versions of all of these. So I'm trying to find that like nice balance between, you know, because my original idea was that it was gonna be like Banjo-Kazooie, where it would be like goo goo ga goo goo goo, you know, different like actual sounds. You know, play like, you know, every letter would be a different sound. So it'd be like O would be a sound, K would be a sound, I guess comma would be a sound. And so it would randomly choose from a list and be like O sound, K sound, you know, as it goes. So be but fortunately with the code I wasn't able to figure that out. So the way that I got it now is just that it's kind of does, it picks one sound and then repeats that over the dialog box. So it's just one sound going da 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 da. So those are the short ones there. So I'm trying to find a nice balance between like a Banjo-Kazooie and like Undertale, or like the classic games, where it just has like some randomness, so it's not like literally every single dialog box has, you know, her voice isn't essentially monotone, you know. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm still R&Ding it. I worked on this for the last couple days. I'm just trying to figure this out. So what do you guys think? I can try and do a couple different tests and see like what we think. So I can play. So I can go to my character test here, maybe. Character test is. So let's do VA on equals true. Actually want it to be false, because I want to turn it off for this instance. Sunny can then do a couple different versions. And so what we want to do is remember how to want to just do this correctly. Play sound audio volume. Okay. I'm just gonna copy this. This is how I kind of work with. Like I know enough, but it's like it's mostly just a syntax of like, how do I write this? Okay, so I want this to be my Sunny. So it could just be 01. My volume. And let me just make sure that I... So I need talk 1. Okay. So I need talk 1. I'm setting this up so we can figure out what style we like. If we like longer sounds or the more chopped up, like... I'm gonna call this like the longer one is Banjo-Kazooie, the shorter one is like Undertale kind of style, which is kind of more game-like, I guess. It says we short 01. And then I will have, when you start the game, label start, cutscene stuff, quick menu off, jump to here. Okay, so I want another one. Jump to character test. So now when we play the game, it'll do the cutscene and then go to character start. So I might have to restart the game. Yeah, I would have to like finish the game, which I think this one's at an ending. Don't want to overwrite it. I want to load. Yes. I can do this ending here. Ooh, while we're here, I added this. I'll fix the characters. But it shows the ending, and then if and this is set up or not, we'll see. Okay, cool. Hey, that's actually what I want. I have different endings. So I think I already had that ending already unlocked, and then it would not show a little icon, little object that says you unlock something in the gallery. So that's actually what I wanted, was because I already had this ending already unlocked. So I was like, okay, I don't want to have it literally say every single time that you finish that a new image has been unlocked in the gallery if you already unlocked the image from the gallery. So it's just kind of like these weird little logic statements that I had to program in, you know, to be like, okay, if you have not unlocked it, then show the image that says that you have unlocked it. But then if you have unlocked it, don't show the image that you unlocked it. That took a while. But now I should be able to start, and then I think it worked. I have to save this. I just want to restart quit the whole game. I don't know if I got confused or if I'm confused. So it should happen, is that it should. Let's see. And I was expecting something. Okay. Oh, I need the... So I'm making it a variable. Because it's a variable, it needs a money sign. And that should work. Reload. Yep, there we go. So this is what I mean. Like it's a lot of like exactness that even like when I did like coding in high school and in college, it's like I get all these syntax errors just because it's like it's not. This isn't, you know, English. Of how you write this, you don't usually, you know, do a dollar sign and then equals, or like sometimes a double equals, or like these little things that's like you don't do like an if then in English. So trying to remember all of that is sometimes hard. So this should work. Let's see. Okay. That's completely different. Interesting. Script. Well, this is good. We get some live debugging. I'm making the game better by trying to forget all the little bugs. Let's see. I'm Morales. Welcome. Hi. Let's see here. So, in 224, that is this one. BK clouds and move right. Cloud move right is not. Okay. Let's see. I think it's in backgrounds, which would be B for backgrounds. I think it's at the bottom. It's probably have a little too much. I just have the clouds. Maybe in transitions. See, yeah, now I got cloud image move right 01. So I could just show that. Cloud move right 01. Reload. Yay! Okay, we don't have sky. We can put that in. Show sky. Actually, I could just do sky loop and then remove these clouds moving. See if that works. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not what I want. Yay! Okay, there we go. Now, I also want to show that VFLs. Let's also show the sunny text box. There we go. So this is what I mean. Like I had to kind of go through a lot to because I had to do like this the land, then the sky, and then I also had to do like the text box. Text box nicely has actually that click to continue little icon is actually that separate object that's automatically done with the text. But now I can do this. I can't go back too much further. I'm wondering. No. Sound attack 1. Play sound. Yeah. I know why. It's because it's not doing loop. So that's different from what I want. So this might actually not work exactly as intended, unless I can turn these guys off. Yeah. I can turn these guys off and then just have it. I could do a duplicate of this. Didn't know how much coding I would do today, but here we are. So I could have my short ones. I could have my talk 1.ogg. And then I think I have, how many of those do I got? I got Sunny Talk 1, 2, and 3. So I can copy this. Two, 3. Okay. So I can do, this is gonna blow up because this is upset now because I need Sunny Talk long, Sunny Talk short. Go to my characters and say Sunny Voice equals search for Sunny Talk long. Save that, save this, reload. Okay. It's because in script we turned it off. So I need to turn this back off. This would be a little easier if I knew exactly, you know, what I wanted. Because I kind of was like, halfway through I was like, let's change exactly what I was doing. So a lot of this is like, okay, well, now that I broke something that would have broke something else later on, it's like, okay, here we go. So we get this one. Ah, Q, right. So I think I want to do something else to say. This is my first line. And then what does it all mean? And then like, let's do one more. Time to wrap up. Okay. So these can have like three or so different lines. This is more just to like obviously test all this. So now we got that out of the way. How does this sound? Do we like these more longer or better? What if I should do a poll? I wanted to do a poll, but I'm not sure if you guys are actually able to really get it, you know, really understand it too much. I'll go ahead and do it. Long, short. I've also had some other inspirations later on of whether or not I want to do. I actually watched like a Beat Cats, this like Sanrio J-pop cats, where they had little shorts where it had like the little like electronic beeps, and then they would have like a voice line on top of it, so it would be like beep 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 beep, and then would be on top, so it'd be like kind of both. So it's kind of what that one sounds like, and then yeah, I could do it. I could do this a couple more times. I can change this back to short. Reload. You see, it's a little different, huh? It makes it more consistent. The short ones are more like, I am saying ba-da-da-da-da, and then there's a couple different types of those. Whereas the long ones are more like, it's almost trying to emulate an alien. It's an alien trying to make a sentence, so it's kind of like different kind of feeling. But I've also, you know, also had like this other idea where it's more trying to do both. I could play the audio on its own, but I wanted to get it kind of more in context. But short. Let me also try one of the other characters. Here's a fun one. Kind of like Hitch. He's kind of fun. Let's see. Hi guys. Sorry. Hi Sasha. Hi Summer. Welcome, welcome. Playing around with these. So I got Hitch 1, 2, 3. Short 1, 2, 3. Bring these guys in. Take off some of my sunnies. So here's Hitch, long. 2, 3, and then shorts. So it won't play for too long, but I might only play for like a couple seconds, but I kind of get the point that it's sounding more like just one syllable, just over and over really, really fast, or it's trying to do this sentence. So these are really fun to like find within like the longer scopes of the episodes, and like really, really narrow it down to just like 1 millisecond or something. 1/10 of a second there. What should I do next? Should I do Pip or Zip? Let's do Zip. Zip's fun. Bring these guys in. Zip long. Some of them kind of going for a little long. compared to just like one syllable. I could definitely rework them a little bit. Some of these I'm like not exactly happy with. But yeah, I worked on the long ones first, and it was like, I tried putting them in, I was like just not really super happy with them. I don't know, just something about them, it's just like, it felt off. I don't know. That's why I was like, well, maybe I can do it shorter, then it can be more exactly like a, you know, retro game instead. But thanks for all the polls. I appreciate it. But yeah, or I can do some sort of combination where I can just have like a more synthesized electronic sound, which I might not have. I think I got rid of it. I should delete it. If I go to my recycle bin before I open that, let's, because this might open, yep, here, okay. Yeah, it's open right in front of me. It's loading my recycle. Let's see, where would it be? Maybe I didn't delete it, but maybe I just kind of moved it somewhere. Mini focus, mini focus. Restore. Now, where would that go once I restored it? There you go. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's see. So I used this. This is like from Source and Valve and all that. So I kind of took this and I can speed this up and make it higher pitch or like do anything else to it. But I could use this kind of like synthesized, you know, kind of electronic sound, and then make that into like one of these kind of beeps, or one of these. Change it into one of these, and then on top of it have the long one. So I could do both in a way, and have these kind of like phrases instead. So I, like with that Beat Cats one, it was kind of doing these little beeps, and then on top of it be like a quote, you know, like how it would be. Won't be too much. That's why I'm trying to like separate it into being different styles, so it wouldn't be. I guess the optimal way would be like how the Beat Cats was that they had it where it'd just be like a one word or sentence. I think even one of them was like ara ara, and it's like, okay, cool. Was like a little 1 second quote on top of their the little dialogue beeps. So but most of you guys out of 4 votes suggest long. So because I've been trying to work to get them to be the short ones. But if you guys like the long ones, I could definitely work towards those. Personally, I still like the shorter ones because they're a little easier to control. These like longer dialogues kind of get a little unruly. I have so many things open. This one. So this. Who have I not done? I haven't done Pip. Kind of show all these off. Bleh. I know, but obviously if it's a universally like, oh, that's not a good idea, you know, kind of thing, it's out on, you know, it's just gonna be my opinion against, you know, everyone else's. Like if everyone else really doesn't actually, if I get a review saying like, oh, everything's good but the voices, it's like, well, you know, I have this choice now to try and figure things out, because this isn't, it's something that you know, it's all subjective really, but it's like I can work towards making it so that it's more accepted for a more wide amount of people, I guess. So that's just what I'm looking forward to see, like if people are like and people are completely against, you know, how it sounds annoying, you know, because I'm, you know, used to hearing something that I could listen to this for like an hour and be like, yeah, sure, whatever. But if this becomes annoying to someone, then I don't want that to happen for people. For these kind of sounds. Because I'm okay with listening to these. Because with like animation, I have to like kind of go, I have to like, you know, listen to, whoa, okay. Yeah, this is how you can get those horror sounds. Yeah, just repeat like, I don't even know how many milliseconds that is, but yeah. I would say it sounds weird because it's like, it's not in the context of like it being something like that. Yeah, it was sound. And all the voices are from the actual characters, so I think that's the fun part. Is that trying to take their literal sounds and add them in. So this is a long pip. But obviously, if you guys, you know, obviously the short ones are easier because I can literally just take like one bit and make that into a sound, and then I can have like, it's easier to have like a whole bunch of different versions. And with the long ones, I have to like kind of work on them a little bit longer, like kind of squeeze them and like destroy or like kind of remove, you know, delete some smaller parts here, these little parts that aren't sounds, and try to make it faster. Okay. Let's ignore. And yeah, let's do that. Let's play like a game and then see. Let me change characters. Long. Actually, who are you? Is they talk? I think they're all short. So let's make these all short. Or should I make them long? I don't know. Let's do it with shorts for now, because I kind of like that one. Right, I need to script. I need to get rid of this. Save. Reload. Fortunately, now I need to load, ending, restart. Create these little save points for me. So when you play the game, you won't have those loads, hopefully. Let me just turn down like other music. Yeah, it's like the worst part of trying to do with audio is like I like listening to music while I work, and then whenever I have to like do sound effects and music, it's like now I gotta make it all quiet and play in this vacuum and be like, okay, you know, I can't like, you know, groove or anything right now. It's like I gotta turn everything off and then just focus only on the sounds. Get to Izzy. A little too far. But yeah, I see like how music kind of helps a lot. So I like that sound. If somebody needs that sound a little nicer, it's more like typewriter, you know, Undertale kind of one sample kind of dialogues that sound pretty okay. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. I don't want it to be too obviously distracting, but like trying to figure out like what's the good middle ground for these ones here. So I like that one. Okay, and now I think I'll try and do the longer sounds now. So let's try. So let's change these to long, and let's do another. That's so quiet now. I hate it. There we go. You can just barely hear it, but yeah. Let's do audio. This will be. Well, this one's short. So I'm just gonna call it long, and then short. So these are shorts, and then talk 1, easy, talk 2, easy. I don't think I have all of these, but we'll see. Let's close my strike open. Easy, talk, 1, 2, 3, good. You're playing it sound on each word, or are you playing it sound on repeat? So what's happening is that it's every single letter is a sound, and or actually, it's really weird. It's trying to play, yeah, it's playing the one sound on repeat. So from like a timeline is that it says, oh, here's a letter, play sound. And because it's so short, and it's fast enough that it tricks your brain to think that it's the same, it's that it's typewriting it as each letter. But what's actually happening is that it's just playing the one sound over and over. So it's like a millisecond sound that's just being played over and over. And until the last letter is there, then it stops. So it's looping the one sound from when it starts to where it ends. But it's just in a way that it makes it seem like it's doing it every letter because it's so fast, and like it like reveals it like as the text is revealing itself, and like makes it seem coherent. But and that's probably why I wasn't able to have each letter be a different sound, is because it's literally not thinking in that way. Ren'Py doesn't think that it's each letter is a different sound. It's more just like the timeline of like, here's the start of sentence and here's the end of sentence, and just repeat the sound. But because it's so fast, it seems like it's doing it in the same, like in time, if that makes sense. So yeah, so it should work. But I think usually when I change sounds, I have to like quit the game. But yeah, thanks for the question, Octopus. I'm not confused, I just hit my eyebrow button. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Characters. Let's change you to long. Let's change Izzy to long. There we go. Wish there was a better variable for that, but there's so many things open. Okay. So you want long, so this is what this sounds like. That's the same, like the narrator's short. Let's go to Izzy now. They aren't equalized yet, so sounds are a little bit louder. So I could probably just go back in and change the volume on some of them. But yeah, it's more just trying to get them all in at first, so that's why Izzy's sound is really loud. So how's that? I'll probably go back and like change some of these skits. I'm not really happy with this sound. I don't know. This is long, yes. If it sounds like it's trying to be like a couple different syllables, then it's the long version. The narrator at the beginning was like da 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 da. If it sounds like it has different tonations, then this is gonna be the long one. Yeah, like that, where it just sounds like da 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 da, which is me. I voiced the narrator. I played with the pitch and like sounded a lot to like warblize it a lot. So. So I probably need like a couple more variations to make it sound a little bit more random. But yeah, I just need to know like which style I guess sounds more pleasing. They could like listen to it for a little bit longer than like a minute. I suppose Skib, welcome. I think the rest are all shorts. Yeah. Yeah. I can see like how the longer one sounds more natural, but I think you would get less than, I don't know which one's more annoying. That's on me. Like I'm not. That's what I need extra help on to know like what's less annoying of these two. Is it less annoying to have like one sound that's just kind of repeating, or have it be more natural, but then you might hear that same natural one over and over, no matter no matter the circumstance. So. Yeah, that's what short sounds like. But Sunny's long, so that's short. It's more just like a repeatable beeping sound. Yeah. See, it's like some stuff like that doesn't sound like too. Well, okay. Well, I was gonna say, well, this one's not too bad. This is not too annoying because it's like a long sample, so it's not like a, like a one of these where it's like it's completely. Let's try to find like a shorter one. You get a little. Try to find a balance between like nice. Like a short one versus. There's like a long one here. And of course I would make like maybe at most maybe like 5 variations either which way I go. So hopefully it'll seem a little bit more less samey as it goes. That's what I wanted to like avoid. But if I have like them being short, then it's like I just need maybe like different pitches of the same one instead, because I could have like this, but then go in here and then have like a +2 semitone one. And now it's a new sound, it's like development wise it's a little bit easier to have this or have this go be -5, and now it's a different sound. You just play around with it. And figured out this is gonna be really high. So if one of them doesn't sound too well, then I can have like a different variation of a short one that's just like a little bit higher or lower pitch as well. So don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's gonna be based on preference anyway. Just out of this, I could have like a menu button or something, like a preference, like a separate button to be like, do you want the sounds to be, short or long, Be like as if you want voice acting or not, That's kind of what it is. It's like, it's either voice acting where it's trying to do an alien version of sounds, or, turn a voice acting off, and then it just becomes like a beep beep beeps, like Animalese versus the more beepy sounds in Animal Crossing. What if we should redo the poll now? Now that we have different ideas now, should we do that? I'll have you guys redo the poll. Let's redo that. Okay, cool. Let's start a new poll now, and then see. See if we get different answers here. What was another one like? Short or I keep adding. Delete these options. Ask. Okay. Vote again. Sorry, but now I think we jumped a bullet with the with those earlier, so let's try again. Exactly. Yeah, I was just thinking that. That's like Wild World Animalese versus Basic Beeps. So you can look that up. I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't have a Wild World anything right now. Might have it on my DS. I'd have to like go and get that. Yeah, it's the difference between like them going. You know, the Animal Crossing sound versus, you know, like can't do it anymore. The thing is, like, I'm only really happy with half of these short sounds, and some of the long ones, like, I feel like they're can be tightened up. So it's gonna be preference, but yeah, I might be able to look into making an option in a here. But then what would be the default then? Does that have to be like some sort of on or off, you know, kind of thing like here? You could do it here and be like voices on or off. You probably would want voices on because I think most of you guys like long, and then have an extra button to be like, I could just be one. Yeah, voices long, and then you turn it off, and then it becomes short. Something like that. And then it'd just be up to whether or not I can set that up. Probably not with these. These are probably too exacts. Because all these, you know, these all say like which one to look for. But I guess I can have like another function. I would need another function. Let me get some music back. I would need another function to say like what and turn this whole thing equals on and off based on how you do the menu, which is a little over my understanding, because it took me forever to even get this gallery to set up. Like I literally just copy pasted from like this menu and then just copy the entire setup from there so I can get this. So you can like click on one, and if it's locked then I can't click it. But some of these I can get these going. So let's see. How we doing? Okay. I'm just looking at the. Let me get some water actually. While we're here. There we go. I forgot what my keyboard shortcut. What's my shortcut key button for take water? It's W. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I was just looking to see our poll results. Okay. I mean, that's why I did it long to begin with, because I thought it would be a little more interesting to listen to. But yeah, now that I have a button essentially a function, this VA on switch. I can go in, and that's what I did a couple times here, I think. Yeah. So like during these little periods, I could like turn this voice off, just mainly so I can test it, and then it turns off the sounds. So there'll be no sounds, no dialogue sounds for these options and dialogues, and then turn it back on, and then turn it back off for like one of these, so it doesn't make a sound. Like for the ones that are like literally just interjections that are just like one, it's literally just one exclamation mark here in a dialogue. So I was like, okay, I don't need it to make like a really, really short. I can turn that off and then instead use a sound effect or some sort of outer effect to just not really saying that as much as it being, you know, because I could use other sounds instead. So speaking of, I would like to change, instead of this literal NES stairs kind of sound, I want to change that. So let's see where I am. I want to change that. So I want to change. I want to change that sound. I want to change it into a door, which hopefully should just be as easy as getting my sounds here, my Paper Mario sounds that I've used for like practically a lot of my videos. Use a 1000-year door sound effects. Okay, so I got a couple hundred, probably like 1,000 or so of these sounds. These aren't labeled. Let me just see what this looks like. I changed it to OGG. Kind of have to. So let's look up doors. So I got all these different doors from 1000-year door. Oh. Sounds here. So I can kind of go through and see like which ones I like for the context of Sunny is leaving her bright house. So whatever the sound of like what a, shouldn't be like a, should be maybe heavier than like a wood door, but not like, you know, a huge like vault, you know, like a boom, you know, it could just be like a here kind of close or something. So let's go back to here. Yeah, I've used this one a lot. I know that's probably gonna be the winner. Let's kind of look through the other ones. It's amazing just like how many door sounds there are. You know, you don't think about all this kind of stuff, but it's like, yeah, you gotta, like with game design stuff, it's like with all those like game devlogs, they usually talk about the programming and mechanics, and it's like, you can also talk about the sound effects, because that's just as much important. You know, you want to get good audio design. It's probably just like just as important as like an animation. You know, try to watch a Wile E. Coyote cartoon with like no sound is like, it has no impact. You know, as soon as you have like those big duds, like a rock falls on a coyote and you hear this boom, you know, like a real thud, it's like, wow. It's like that really adds much more to the experience than if it was, you know, silent, you know, it goes whew, you know, and hearing like a big, like, you know, thud really makes it. Yeah, the sci-fi ones. Well, that's not too bad. Yeah, it's kind of metally. Yeah, I wasn't sure that it could be a fart or a door, and it's like, I'm not sure at this point, so In case I needed it, you know, it's like, might as well. Just label it just in case, you know. Good. Okay. So I think this one's pretty good. Yeah, because it has a, like, a nice open and then a close. I think that's what I want. So let's go to Audition. Close these guys. Bring this guy in, because I need to change it into OGG anyway. So now I got the audio sound, and you can actually see it now. And I got a, like a heat map kind of thing. So I can kind of see like all the different, where the hot spots are. So in case there's like a really like if there's like clicks or something, I can kind of go in and be kind of like select a certain part and like make it a little bit quieter or something. I can take this whole hotspot here and make it like -10 or something. That might be a bit too big, but I can like kind of play with it there as well. I know that there's, it kind of starts. I can zoom in. It doesn't start until about here. I can see if there's any sound here, and it's trying to lead into there. Let's turn up this sound. Turn up my music here. So it kind of stops right here. There's no sound. So I can honestly just kind of delete this whole section here, and now all I got is this. If I turn off the loop, almost want to make this section. Should I make it louder? It's already pretty loud, but I could make it +2 louder. This is where audio design kind of helps. Make that a little louder, and I probably want to make it a little bit deeper. So I can go to time and pitch stretch. So I want it to be the same speed, but I want to make it maybe like half a semitone lower. Make it a little faster and a little bit lower. I kind of changed it a little bit. A little bit lower. What would I want to do? I think that's pretty good. I think I'll save that. But you can see, like, I can kind of really mess around with this and change a lot of this. Gonna save it real quick. It's really, it's open in another file. Or what? Let's save as Dark Suite, close. Save it in my game as an OGG and save. Bubbles. Okay. Now go back to coding, and now I can just change this audio door, what was it, squeak, close that OGG, and I can make it like a little louder, and I'm not sure how long it's gonna take, but I can play with the pausing of that, reload the game, and there we go, it's in a game. So I might want to just add a 10th of a second there and just make it like a little longer. So instead it's gonna be let's see, let this be a little longer there. it's all trial and error and be like how persnickety do you want to be with all this kind of stuff, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of good as you go. To try and get it right as best you can, like on the first try, because obviously if you try and just say like, oh, that's pretty good, and then like eventually you have to go back and you at that point don't know what exactly you want to happen or like what you missed out on. So that's a little better. That's what I wanted. So there we go. And if I ever need to have her do the door again, I can reuse that sound effect. So there we go. Let's see. I don't think there's too many sound effects in. Let's see if we can do one more. Let's find Izzy. It's just a void without any music. Searches are here. Let's find out where this one is. We can do this one real quick as well. It's a dream. Yep. So I have labels for like each subsection. So this is part of Izzy's whole character conversation is all of this. If you can believe that. And then there's certain sections of like getting like what conversations, and so get a dream, yep or nop, and so it's like I need this subsection is a dream, yep, and so I can go into the game and I can easily go to dream and then yep, and then I know exactly where I am. What we got? Hey, congrats, Dakota. Is that the? I didn't say expansion, so I'm gonna guess that's the regular lower tier one. Either way, that's awesome. Yeah, welcome to the club. There's like a lot. A lot to play now. It's like you just completely unlocked all of Splatoon. Okay, so what I want is a little sound effect for her scrunching her hair. And I know what about sound I want. I want to also add a little extra bit to like have her pat her stomach, but I haven't done that yet. I was gonna come back around once I finish the other sprites, but I'm still working on the other sprites. So, so let's go back here. So instead of door, actually I need grass. I use this grass. There's like different grass sound effects. And that's the fun of it. It's like it's pretty much playing with a pool of sounds as like, you know, like a Foley artist would have made all of these sounds. And then I'm using those sounds and then recontextualizing it to like make it sound like a different sound, if that makes sense. That's like, oh well, I know that's, you know, a celery breaking, but if I use it when someone's bone is being broken, it's like, well, that's, you know, that's not a celery sound anymore, that's a bone now, you know. So I know that I'm trying to put this with her hair, but it's like I can use different similar sounding kind of sound and then go from there. I use this one a lot, but it's kind of low quality, but it's always my favorite. Audition. Get rid of this. Put this in. Oh, so you can see that it kind of gets more blue purpley down here, which means that it's not. Actually, I could just mute it because I wanted to repeat. Or just hard set it to 0. See, now it's all black down here. That means that there's no sound at all. So it's like a heat map where it goes from like yellow to red to purple to black. So from like hottest to coldest. Repeat that. What I want is that if it loops, so I want it to be a little bit slower. So I can actually copy this section that's blank essentially copy and then paste it a couple times and have it loop. So I can make this sound a little longer. And then copy this whole thing. Want to like double up and have like the second one sound a little different. So instead of them being the same, I can go back to my trusty time and pitch. Make it a little bit faster. And a little bit lower. Kind of figure out which one I want. So now I can get... They got to apply it first. It's a little bit. I think I want to modify that a wee bit further. I can do the same adjustment and see if I get... It's a little bit... a little too much. So now... I'm gonna make this a little bit less. Trying to think, I can have like another one that's kind of like or maybe just back half. Fade in. So this is where I can really mess with it and kind of add. One of this like another tertiary sound to kind of break it up instead of da 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 da. Becomes this more like a beat, like a da da bap ba ba ba. Trying to figure out. Actually, I want it to be louder. Let's make this slower. So 105, but not lower, because I want to keep that same pitch. Apply. A little bit more time here. I want this to be slower. Faster there. Okay. Can't spend all day on these, but at least just get something fun like that. Let's save it. Let's do grass shake and my game folder as an OGG. Save game. Okay. Turn me up. Searches your hair and then pass your stomach. Let's see here. So let's play sound. Play sound audio. Okay. Audio slash grass shake dot OGG. Would like it to loop. Might have to look into documentations to figure out if I can get that going. Ren'Py. Oops, sound. So let's look into the documentation to see if we can find that. Ren'Py.let.goop. Partial playback. We'll play. Cue sound. Let's go back to the top. Okay, loop and no loop. Sound. Loop clause. If you guys see it before me, don't don't hesitate. Let's see. That's really weird. We'll play 10. Why is it 6? Okay. Partial playback. I mean, I want the whole thing. We'll play the song all the way through once, then loop back to the 0.2 mark before playing again all the way through to the end. Ugh, okay. Let's try that. So I'll put it over here and then play sound. Loop. We could put 0. Oh, 1, I guess. Close that out. And then the song. No. Of course not. Expected something between the numbers. Let's try that. Cannot compile your project. Yep, okay. This is where it gets fun, where it's like, gee, I sure did look up the way to do this, right? I was playing music instead of play sound. No, because I want it has to be sound. Because if I play it as music, then it's not gonna, right? It's not a loop. It's. Yeah, that's now getting more upset. Okay. Invalid syntax. Yeah. Gee, okay. Well, let's see. Oh, you can't do this. You can sync multi-layered looping tracks together. That's what I want. Ren'Py.music play. This is last thing in a queue. Ugh. Oof. Let's run by music. Yeah. Default is to not loop. Ren'Py.sound.loop. Let's see if that's a thing. No. They only do. Where'd it go? Oh, that'll do it. Ren'Py. No. This is why it took me a couple months to even get this far with the game. That's like, I'm almost done, but it's just like, what do you want? Sayer. Invite us not to mine. Okay. let's just do play sound. It'll just play once, I guess. And then after that, I don't even hear it. Is it in the right place? Let's see. I got what you need. Game crashes. Thank you. Hello. Hi, Unicorn Balloon. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Ben. Can't handle Izzy. Yeah, hi, Ben. Yeah. Yeah, it's just trying to figure out how to get just a single audio to loop. I wonder if I might have to look through this, but I think it's possible that my old game might have it. Tester, project catches no errors. Game script that Ren'Py. It's possible that they put it in here. I'm not sure. Play sound. Yes. Might have been this, which just plays it a lot. I'm just seeing if I happen to have put it in an older version, and I might have already done it. I think it's maybe just that. Correct a lot. How do I just get like one audio just loop? Ren'Py sound audio loop. I think you have to find another sound channel that works like a music channel. Ren'Py sound loop equals true. Ren'Py that sound refers to your channel. Ambient sound type. Is it gonna Oh man. Let's see. So, seriously? I'm looking at so many forums right now. Okay. Okay, you can use attack. No, you can no loop. Play sound HP loop. Is that play sound wall? Does this work? I don't hear it. It's working, but it's not. It's also that this might be wrong, so let me just double check on my audio. I'm gonna copy my entire file here, because it's possible that, nope, I didn't really. I can do a loop equals true. That's probably gonna get more, yeah, that's more upset. You can't just write stuff like this. That's one of the problems, that it's like, oh, I just want loop equals true on this. So it's like, no, you can't do that. Looking at here. Play sound, that's what I did. Play sound. It doesn't say it's an audio file, it's the weird thing. I could do this. I don't have like an audio file here. Let's just put it in here where I can do sound. I wanted to find a sound. How do I do that? Ren'Py defines sound. I don't think this will work. Audio. Okay, gonna get more upset. It's also upset in the transitions, yeah. I think most of the time you're just supposed to, you know, just play a sound. Not really supposed to define a sound or sound effect or something. That's usually what happens, is that I'm trying to figure out as I go along. Mostly, yeah. So I had a problem where I was trying to do like some of these transitions where like I try to make like the clouds move, where like I would define it just as only the image, and then I would have a separate transition would then the script and be like, show it at this transition, and then would try and do it like it try to get some of this information, but it's like it was separated and it was just not working. It was like not working together. So it's like I had to like, it took me forever to like realize that, oh yeah, I can make just one image and then go from there. Ooh, maybe I can do this. Sound hair and define it with some sort of sound. I could do it the same way as one of these and then define it here. And the real problem is that the fun part is that all this is so not intuitive that then when you get an error, it just gives you like a little arrow and says like something here is wrong, and it's like, what? So what it's saying is that it's expected a statement. Sound here, arrow, colon. What do you want me to do? Try to define a thing. Yeah. So we will get rid of some of this. We'll go back to our script and just say play sound. Or did it also get upset with just having... Transition is so upset. I need to save this. There we go. How was that I don't hear it? Here's my sound. Then I saved it. Let me put it into a different place. No, I mean, it's gonna, no matter what, I mean, let's do ren'py.play.sound. Does that work? No, it got worse. Ren'py.play.sound is not a thing? I thought it was. Okay, so let's go back on here. Play sound is a file, right? So what am I doing? Play space sound. play, what was it before? Play space sound file. So what did I do with the other, what did I do with the door one? Play sound file. I'm gonna copy you into my Izzy. And see. It could just be the file itself, or, you know, you just gotta play with other variables to see. Yeah, because I don't hear it, you know, now. It should be playing the door sound effect here. Maybe it's just really quiet. Volume 2. Okay, so maybe it's not, you know, I tried playing with the loop variable before I even knew that the sound even works. Let's turn off VA on equals false on that particular one. Well, I get to see the fun of debugging, so this is all the programming stuff I don't know how to do. But thank you, Cookie. Have a good evening. See you next week. We'll go back to regular animation where I know how to do this stuff. So this is my, I don't know how to do stream, so sorry about all this. Thank you, Cookie. See ya. Now what's going on here? Door. Oh. You couldn't play both at the same time? Oh, this is gonna be bad. The door happened because it wasn't that narration sound effect. Ooh. I might have to make another extra channel. Okay. Is there a way for me to draw? I can draw in here. Okay. Close some of these. Get my promo storyboard. Sunny's room. Okay, so oh boy, so there's certain channels, like there's a channel for like the music, and then there's this sounds, but I guess that's it. There's music, and then you can set up my channel. And voice, that's it. My thing doesn't have voice. You would think that I might be able to use the voice for like all of the, you know, all the talks, and then all the sounds for all the whips, you know, being like the sounds of all the other things, and then the music for the other bips. The problem is that I set the voices to also be here, and so when it actually outputs it and tries to go, I don't know what this is, when it tries to then play it, because it's not here, it's here, and so it's then trying to fight, and so all you hear would just be one or the other. So I muted the voice sound effect, and then the sound effect came out. And so if I unmute, if I have the voice sample going and then have the sound effect as well, the only thing that happens then is the voice. So the problem is that with voices, I'm not sure how to actually send this into here. Because then that'll separate that, and then they can both, you know, then all of this can go over here, and then at the same time, then I can get this at the same time. So either I need to make a new channel, and then I can set this to the voice, the vocal sound effects, and then not have this, and then not have this, and then this, and this can all play at the same time. Does that make sense? I'm just trying to figure this out. So, problem is in, how do I set these to be in Ren'Py's sound? And so sound is the thing. So I probably want to change this to Ren'Py voice play. Let's see if that works. Oh yeah, it set them all off. Yeah, yep. Okay, so now we're learning that I can't just set that to be a voice. Okay, so we're gonna put a voice play. So module Ren'Py.exports has no attribute for voice. So that's why I kind of didn't play with. I didn't set it to voice because it's like it usually doesn't accept it. Yeah. So can't just change this to a different channel because play does not work with voices, the voice channel. So I need to, yeah, make a whole new volume thing and then set it up. So, yeah, I know this is nowhere near enthralling enough. I'm just trying to get back to my beeps. There we go. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should try and work on something else. I could drop the music. That I got. Let's do that, because I don't think this is gonna get more better. It's worse than I thought. Yeah. Okay. Let's transition. So now this isn't. It's fundamentally the way that this is set up is fundamentally not gonna work unless I can figure out how to set my vocal samples into voice channel and then set that up. But I tried sending it to be voice and then it didn't like it, so I'm like, well, now what? So let's go into just let's go to here. Let's turn off my pretty music and so we can listen to this other pretty music. So I composed this. So it's pretty simple. I know it's a lot of little notes, but it was really fun to set this up because I've been doing this, this kind of work with the Paper Derpy movie a lot. So this is my first real exploration with the newest version of Musecore, this whole program. So Musecore 4 has much nicer, richer new audio samples for each instrument. So I think some of these sound a lot better now. So just using some general, very, very low level of composing. You know, I'm not a, you know, super advanced composer. It is about as complex as I usually get. So, thank you, Octopus. So it's a lot of kind of choosing some very basic sounds here. So there's a harp, some violins, a contrabass, an oboe, and a triangle. So I could kind of like solo out maybe like just the violins here, so I can solo it. I can see what that sounds like. And the thing is that I've duplicated the same, it's the same sound for like the other instruments here, so they can all, they all play the same melody. But it's just when you do both of them in multiples at the same time, it just sounds that much better. So it's not harder, you know, I'm working smarter. That's like I can kind of use the same melody because they're going to play the same thing, but then just have multiple of the same melody, and then that way makes it sound better. So if you just play one, you know, one track, it's like really boring. Yeah, so the oboe doesn't do too much there, and then triangles are fun. Since play just these two, this one triplet. This plays it 3 times. As you like add all of it back together. And it's just like really, really simple, like, you know, Mary Had a Little Lamb kind of simple of melodies going on, where it's literally just, you know, yeah, there you go. So you can see at the bottom. And then that's it. Yeah, it's Mary Had a Little Lamb, you know, it's like these little things. I was like, well, that sounds good. It's like, well, you know, just kind of tick that. And you just kind of play around that. Usually with melodies, you want it to be simple. You don't want it to be like, you don't want to change pitches too much. You don't want to have like 2 extremes. You kind of like hum it out, and you can kind of figure out like when you're humming, you're not doing melodies are more like you know, that kind of style. So at least with me, that's how I kind of figured out that a lot of these melodies are mostly just like, and that's a song, you know. Where you play with the black keys to get some kind of minor. So at least that's just how I do it, where it's more just like really, really just like dirt simple of like a song, you know. Or your little Sesame Street. Or what is it? Dude. There we go. So I know like a couple songs. Mario. Yeah. So you kind of take some of those and maybe just kind of rearrange it, you know. You know. Okay, let's open a different song. So I think I want to play with one other one. I think I want to play with the Izzy one. Yeah, it opens like every song, guys. Let's see. Izzy theme. It's apparently opening in a new software. What are you doing? There we go. Bubbles off. Okay. Let's see how this one sounds. So it's the fun, easy, you know, I was thinking like some sort of, it's a little light, some really airy, very, I was going more like a Pinkie Pie kind of theme. And so that's my like one little in with these kind of characters. That's like, easy to speak about, just make something fun, you know. So what's the biggest thing is that I found is these little like grace notes. So these little grace notes are these kind of like adds that into that swing. So instead of like do 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 do, you know, to get that kind of like melody of like a do 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 do, you know, instead of just playing it flatly, you know, I can get rid of the swing and see what that sounds like. But it's got the grace notes, so it's gonna still sound kind of swingy. So yeah, yeah, without the swing, it like really makes it really boring. So if I also remove those guys, then it's gonna sound more. Very like dun 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 dun, you know. So these little accents kind of thing is that they kind of go from, they're like a fast like do do do, so you kind of get that like that kind of like air push into like when you squeeze down a bicycle pump. It's like do do do, you know. They kind of like whoo do do do. It kind of creates that energy into like do 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 kind of thing, and then that swing also really emphasize it even more. So then you get a do 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 do, you know, kind of more natural sounding. So just finding those out. It's my first time adding grace notes, and they're like super nice for especially songs like these. That's like I really need that energy to be like do do do. It kind of creates that do do do. Yeah, so that's really fun. I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller. You can't see the chat. My chat is behind you guys. Here we go. So I think I actually want to remove some of these indie bits because when you like repeat it, it gets kind of weird. So I'm wondering if I want to just change this up. Apparently I can't select it. I want to select everything, repeat. So I'm going to go to the end. I might actually have a second version of this. Let me check. Is the theme? I do have. This might be my older one. Let's see if this one works. Let me see if I have an older version of this theme. See what that sounds like. If this plays or not. We'll see. Yeah. So it kind of. Obviously here like that kind of trill doesn't exist yet. That doo-doo-doo. You know, that kind of doo-doo-doo. I think it just ends weird as well at the end. So I kind of had to rearrange this a little bit. Yeah, that kind of has no energy. Yeah, that's why I changed it. So that's that. So maybe I do have the new version here. I just obviously can't tell. Let's play. I was gonna change it, but I think it's not too bad actually. I thought it was like way worse, but I guess I must have changed it some way through. Because what I wanted to do was make sure that it sounds a little nicer, so that when it repeats, it doesn't feel like a. That's the problem with this theme. Ew. Whoa. Whoa. Wrong button. This is the sunny theme, I think. Problem is that I had the sunny theme, like the main menu. I had it be like a too bit of a conclusion, I guess, at the end. I had more of a do 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 da 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 do ba ba bo do 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 boo. It became more of a. It was a bit too conclusive at the end, where it just like. Because the thing is that I wanted it to be like, obviously it needs to be a loop. So like you're in the main menu. I keep going to save load. So when you go, onto here, you don't want it to be like, do do do. What's the do do do? Yeah, I think it was like a bit too much of a. There was like some symbols or something like at the end that, because it's only like 5 seconds long, you would get to like a weird like ending point of the song when I don't want it to be like, I don't want a beginning, middle, and end to a repeating song, for something like this. So, I might have it. I don't know. Sunny Dream title. Open with VLC. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Yeah, it's like, hey, wait a minute. Did that song just end? Yeah, right in the middle here. That kind of like triangle was almost like everything faded out, and then there's a triangle, and then it literally just faded out. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is supposed to be repeating. I was like, this song has to keep going. Like, it shouldn't stop for something like this. So to have it kind of, everything was kind of like leading down. It was like hitting to like, going back to like its resting point. Back it up a little. And I was like, yeah. And then it like repeats from like the start of like this. It had like an intro as well at the beginning. Yeah, I was like the do to kind of like wake up. I was like, wait a minute. Can't have that. So it still has the intro, but I got rid of the exit. I think it's what happened. And then put the little triangle up there. Kind of helps. Yeah. Let's open. Who should we do next? We got Pip and Zip. Let's try that. Maybe we can close this here. Open this. Or maybe we could do home. Yeah, that was better. Okay. Let's do pip zip theme. Oh, it still opens from a different software. That's really annoying. Oh well. Okay. So pip and zips. Got there's a Zeem. So the concept was to try and combine two characters. Where it's like Zip might be cool with a guitar, and then also trying to put some little beat into it, and also trying to make it cool and savvy. So let me know what you think with this. I'm a little indifferent. Also, though, you might notice that some of these start to sound similar. That was on purpose. Is that if I open a town theme, it becomes just like a very like do 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 do, which is the same as Izzy's theme, as well as this like electric guitars was originally that do 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 do, but then I modified it just enough that it becomes more interesting. And it's got these little da 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 that makes it unique. So I'm pretty happy with it. I could turn off the electric guitar, but that might be a little much. Let's see. Mute guitar and see what we else get. So I could also kind of work without the guitar as well as the whole lead, and it still sounds pretty cool, at least to me. But again, it's just really simple that you can kind of break it down. That it's really just trying to mostly just making sure that there's harmonies. You know, it's like nothing's too achromatic. This like note is a little low, but it's the same as literally the same as these other. They're all playing the same note at the same time. Here's the bass. So it's pretty similar to the melody, but it's just kind of, you know, adding that little, I think of it as like just adding more flavor, you know, where it's like, yeah, you're eating a burger, but, you know, maybe this burger has, you know, a little bit of sauce on it. And so it's still the burger, but you're just adding that extra flavor into it. So it's just, nothing's trying to overpower it so enough that it takes, you know, takes center stage. It's just trying to complement it, you know. Like everyone's just being polite and they're all holding hands, and it's like they're just trying to be nice to each other, so they're not trying to outstage each other, kind of a thing. But I had fun with this this beat. Not too good at drum beats, so this was the best I can really muster. So most of this is, looks like it's a two bar pattern, but it's just kind of going back and forth between the different instruments here. Like you get the drum set, just having each one of them kind of play at different rhythms, but not, you know, again, trying to make sure that they're not overstaying their welcome. But some of them kind of looks like the hi-hats are on quarters, and they kind of go back and forth. And the drum set has its own rhythm as well, and then these little claps. The claps are like the melody. And they also complement the rest of the melody as well. Like there's more, you know, like at the very end, like all of these are kind of crescendoing into this da 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 da. So like there's more claps on here and like more, I think it's drum beats as well. They kind of go along with the rest of the rhythm. So that's all kind of plays all together, and then you get a nice little song here. It's like, it's all right. Hi, Real Fan. Welcome, Real Fan. Showing off the different audios. So I played with the sound effects earlier. So now I've jumped into the music side. Trying to explain my thought process for all that. So I've gone through a couple of these. So I'm going to stop with this one and go into my other one. Let's see here. Let's do Hitchin' Sparky's theme. This one's a doozy. This one's really fun. Very different. I'm not used to this country style. Piz is Pizarro. Here, let's see. Let's see if I can read it. Pizzicato. Pizzicato. So pizzicato is when you pluck a string. So instead of a, it becomes a blop kind of thing instead. And then it repeats. So all these are, it's the same melody where they kind of go do 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 do. It's kind of the main melody for all these. So like all the ponies have their variations and kind of go with their different instruments, and then also the different kind of swings into it. Obviously, every character, every instrument has a different swing. Then you all gotta add into there. But I can kind of break this down. It's like a solo, just a banjo. It's my Wacom trying to say, would you like to do a text? And it's like, no, I literally just clicked the solo button. So the most fun I had with this one was that I was able to get the melody short enough that on this 1, 2, 3, 4th bar, I was able to kind of conclude the melody enough at this point that then I can actually get into a swing into back its own start again, so that the beginning is basically here, but you wouldn't know because like it starts here, and then on the second loop you're like, ah, so it never really ends because then it goes do 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 do. So it kind of becomes this like infinite loop that's like just offset enough that's like you don't really notice it. Hopefully you don't, but everything else is kind of timed out. Yeah. There you go. I'm gonna go for a little bit longer. Might go towards the next half hour or so. At least just so I can finish all of these songs. I think I have a couple more. Thank you, though. I've also decided to have my streams go on longer anyway. Yeah, if you wanna not do that for the next for all these streams now. Since I started like this year's streams are gonna be a lot longer now. So I got too much to go over and I want to have more time to talk about things. Thank you. This is like the bass. Or I guess I got a bass guitar as well. But this is like a nice guitar, so if I delete this pizzicato deleted, it should just be like a strum instead of a pluck. Maybe it's for the guitar, I can't tell. I think it sounds a little different. Oh, it's for the bass guitar. Okay, never mind then. But yeah, for the acoustic guitar one, it's just like these little strums that kind of are like a sort of quarter notes, but they're also kind of a little faster. Fifths, I don't know. But they're just like chords that just kind of help the melody along. And I think I kind of took like this note, you know, if I unsolo. So I took like this note and then dropped it down an octave, and then yeah. So I took this note, make it into a chord, and then have that be on quarters. So it's essentially these complementary notes, you know, and then as it goes. So it becomes like a much more segmented version of it, but that kind of the melody, but it just is like these little bop, boop, boop, boop that kind of go with. Yeah. Bass guitar, this one is the pizzicato. And it does the same thing as the acoustic guitar, but if I move this, let's see what happens. Add it back in. It makes a little bit of a difference. Honestly, I'm not actually sure what it does. It's been a while. And then we got the shakers and a drum set, just to add a little bit of a drum. I think the shaker is actually a cowbell. Pretty simple, but the shaker's actually pretty good. Let's change it to the drum set, which is apparently the cowbell. It's just on quarters. I'm liking this to like animation where it's like, oh, it's on 2s, you know. If it's 24 frames a second, then, you know, every 2 frames is a different picture. And so it's like, well, this is on quarters, which means that for every bar measure, you can divide it into 4 beats. And so a fourth is a quarter. And so every beat of a quarter, you know, it's like everything's resting exactly on, perfectly on quarter beat. So 3, 4, which is essentially your metronome as well. So that doesn't go too crazy, but it's like, it mix it all together, and then you get a nice little music. Yeah. Oop, okay. Let's go to, I think, the Luna? Luna's one's next. Do 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 do. Hopefully this will get stuck in your head. Oh, this one looks kind of fun. Let's see what this one is. Okay, so this one looks more complicated, but again, you can always break this down and be like, what's the bass oboe doing? What's the glockenspiel, the harp, the flute, synthesizer, and tuned gongs. Let me loop it first. Oop, oop. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So, this plays when Luna's in her dreamscape. So, I wanted something soothing and kind of, you know, dreamlike, kind of whimsical. It's got all these, you know, these, you know, these, is that the Toon gong? Nope. It's probably the flute. What is it? Yeah. That little, like, woo. It's like a, what is it? It's the, little sticks. They're made out of metal, and then you go shoosh, and there's like 20 of them, and you go whew. That little sound. Yeah. I was inspired by a lot of this. I think a lot of my inspiration is MIDI, MIDI sounds, music, Toontown, video games in general, I listen to classical music in the car to get to work and come back. So I've my mind is always in classical music kind of zone. So when I had to do that country one with Hitch, I was like, okay, I'll try. I'll just get some guitar, banjos, and go doo doo doo, you know. But this one, I was like, I want the from Toontown, the Donald Duck's Dreamland World. It's pretty far in the game, but it's like, yeah, that was like my main like inspiration. I'm like, I want that. So it's like I try to figure out like every instrument from that and try to make some sort of nice sound. And I think it works. Yeah, I already broke down that gong thing. Let's try and do it just a oboe. Let's see what is this doing? It's just like the bass. Yeah, it's just the bass. The glockenspiel, it might be the melody. So it's, again, you like really break it down, and it's like, oh, that's all I'm really doing, and then you just layering it on top of each other. But yeah, it's really just 3 notes, and then this and this should be the same. So 2 bars the same, and then 2 bars the same, and then 2 bars the same, 2 bars the same. So, and then I literally can just go in and, you know, modify it so it could be a little bit higher or lower, you know. So be like on this line, or it could be a little lower. So you can like modulate it, which just means to change it in a certain way, to like modulate the key, you know, is to just really just change the notes. So it's literally just the same as if I move this one up 1 note up, they'll be the same. But if you modulate it down 1 note, then you get the little bit different. So it kind of creates that kind of like movement, but without having to do much on my end. But it simplifies the melody, so it doesn't feel like you're really going super far, but it's like it's just enough to like create that kind of like da 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 to da da do 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 da da. It's almost creating like your own like compartmentalized melody. Then if you kind of take like this, so it kind of creates this like do 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 do, but it's like at a really slow scale, where it's only changing like 2 or 3 notes, but it comes like those become like its own melody, and then it's just adding on to that while just having like 3 notes doing that. So that's kind of like one of my favorites. A harp, I think that's pretty much the same. All these kind of complement each other with the same kind of melody, but just adding flavor with different types of instruments create you know, different flavors and textures. You know, like a brass, like a tuba, would have its own textured sound to it compared to a harp, compared to a flute, compared to a violin. So I like to also kind of mix. If I have like a bunch of strings, then I might want to also include some sort of brass or reed, like an oboe or something, just so it doesn't sound like literally just a bunch of strings playing. If I add like an oboe into a string, then it's like creates this much more rich sound by having, because like if you have like 20 violins, they can only do, you know, like a certain amount of pitches. But if you have like an extra instrument, then you can have like a whole bunch of different, its own section of sounds and like pitches. So like a harp or like the glockenspiel can do like these really high pitches, you know, where it gets really high, and then you can have like the bass be like just really low. So then if you play both of them, then you get this in-string sound. Then if I just layered 20 glockenspiels on top of each other, if I make this into like chords and have like a whole bunch of these, I would only be able to get like so far with the sound. So trying to combine it with something that's opposite spectrum, or like try to be a little bit different, or like create that different texture. You know, I think about it in the way that it's actually being played and the type of pitches they can do, and then trying to complement each other, and obviously work with the rest of the theme as well. So that's my thought process of that. Like the harp does the melody. Harp, harp, harp. Or it's like the counter melody. Yeah, it's more like counter melody where it's trying to be its sub melody, where like as the do 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 of the glockenspiel is going, the harp is also trying to add this more texture into it, where it's trying to make more sounds than it just being do 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 for the full time. But having this little bit of harp, it can like to create this secondary melody that's going on that creates this do 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 kind of thing, as these do 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 kind of going at the same time. I think most of these other ones are just to fill in and see what else is going on. I think I have a violin. Or even what do I have? There's no violin. Flute. So this one complements the glockenspiel and bass oboe. So if we like both of them, there you go. This is exactly what I mean. We're having these different three instruments playing the same melody, but by able to stack them together, then you get a much more interesting sound, because then it sounds fuller. So it creates this like top, mid, and low sounds, and it sounds really cool. Just on its own. So this one's the one that actually has, because this one only goes like do 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 do. This one has its own like do 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 do. This one has the more actual melody. It becomes the more melody by the end, and creates this more conclusion to the sound as well. I think there's much more. The whimsical, and then at the end here we got another one, essentially the same sound. I like to add like some timpanis as well, which are like the big drums that you get some sort of like a real nice like a boom. That's what I mean, like when I said like adding the door, you wanted some sort of like thud sound just to make it more full, you know. Let's see what this is. I think there's got that. Toon gongs. Oh, forgot about this part. Wow, forgot about that. Wow, that was cool. But again, it's really just it's a really low gong. Yeah, see that? It's really just, yeah, the melody itself is like, that's it. But you slow it down and really, you know, let it run, you know, let the vibrant, the like how it vibrates, really let that run, and it's like, wow, cool. Let's play it again. and then it repeats. So there we go. I think I just missed the town theme. So let's try that. That'll be the last one, I think, that I want to show off. This one. But what do you think of the music so far? Excuse me. Anything that kind of sounds like, whoa, that's kind of disharmonious or kind of weird or something. Guess I could have asked that earlier. But, how's it sounding? Because I think I want to change a couple things as I listen to these. But I'm actually pretty happy with them, all things considered. I think the only thing I really, in general, want to do is make some of these like twice as long and then give, like a voice to like one section and then have another instrument take that, be the voice. So, I know with the Izzy one, it was a little messy. I was just trying to fit everything into like a couple of, a very few amount of bars. So I feel like if I double the length and then have instrument one be voice for like a couple measures and then have that stop and then have the second instrument come in, I feel like that'll be a little more better. And then it won't seem like it's literally just 4 bars of music. Let's see what this one is. So this one is the bass. So I use this as a base for all of the other pony themes. Probably should have shown this one first. Oh well. Why does it get the other character first? But this one was the blueprint for all the other characters. So if you listen back to like the other characters, they're like taking this melody of do 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 is what Izzy's and Hitch and Pip and Zips all do this. But I was able to add some more notes, add some grace notes, and other instruments to make it more sound better. But this is the song where you're like just in town and you haven't talked to a pony. So thematically, this one starts as like a really, really basic sound, and then you talk to a horse, and then it builds from this sound into that character. The almost sound like builds onto itself and like constructs it and then like morph itself into these other characters, kind of melody. But it's all basically this one melody. Wanted it to be obviously super, super simple so that there's no, there's no bias towards one character or not, if that makes sense, where it's not trying to be, this sound isn't trying to be Sunny or trying to be Izzy, it's more just generic. So obviously you can pretty much hear the basics of the, you can kind of break it down into its basic elements of just the, xylophone just doing the melody. But it's weird because if you listen back to like the Izzy one, you can really hear that it's really, or Hitch or Pip and stuff, they're all really just doing this song. And if you do the on quarters. So it kind of follows along with what the melody is doing, is that the bass is trying to go along with what thematically is what's going on and trying to go up at certain points where like if the xylophone's going up, then the bass can go up. So little bits there, but it's really just taking and then just modulating it one up, and then it goes up higher. I think it goes down, actually up. So yeah, she's like taking this one do 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 and then raising it up. I copy pasted it over and then moved it up, all the notes up one, and then took that and then up one and then up one. So now if we go back to the other characters, it's like, wow, yeah, it's this. I'm not gonna go back to the other characters because I think we get the point, but yeah. But I can go in here. Can I go through this quickly now? And here it is. We choose easy. It fades out. Go to zip. Go to hitch. And back to Luna. Obviously I wanted Luna to be a little different because she's like not part of the rest of the other characters. You know, it's like the G5 characters are all kind of the one unit, I guess. So having Luna be, it's much more otherworldly and kind of helps with her theme. That is like it's not really, you know, if she also had like the do 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 do, then it'd be weird to me. I was like, isn't that song for the characters? You know, the other G5 characters, so that would be different. Help separate her as a character. And obviously it's a completely different kind of character. So I was like, cool, okay. And then I think we go back to town theme. What would be cool, I haven't done this yet, spitballing that I could have some super combination of all these characters as a theme, or have another kind of like ending theme version of this that's a little bit more orchestrated and triumphant or something, or have like different versions of the ending theme that like each one can be you know, a little more minor and more sad, or like as you get like worse and worse endings, then it's like the theme song also kind of gets a little bit like do 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 do, you know. Yeah. Hi, Q-Box. Oh, you saw that for like a split second. I think that took me a while, like a couple hours to make. I will quit the game and I can show that again. Let's see. Let me just close a couple things here. I don't need to like crash the game real quick. We're gonna delete persistent data. Restart the game. Show that as my last thing I'll do. Okay, this should be easy because I got this load. Yeah, okay. Go back. Okay, so, when you start a fresh game, obviously all your endings, or like your, image unlocks will be locked. So, this is like your gallery, and so you'll unlock images as you play. If you play different endings, then you get different images. So try to collect them all. I don't think I have 6. I might have more or less. Who knows? This is just for right now. So, the The final amount of images will be decided later. I know that one ending has like 3 or 4 that I want to do. And there's like 5 endings, so that's going to be more than 6 pictures. So I added some ways to get just pictures of numbers that you can't click. But we'll see once we complete this game. We'll get to the credits, we'll get to the ending 101, and then watch this because it's going to take forever to redo it. So please pay attention. New image unlocked in the gallery. And then it shows up for a bit, and then should go away, and then it reverts back. Yay! So there's a ton of code that tells it whether or not to show it or not, and like ways to appear with different pictures to like have it show up positive for a certain amount of time. When I have a go in gallery, this picture's unlocked. This won't be the exact ending with this exact picture. This one's actually for like one of these ones over here. So but if you click it, then you get a full screen picture of that image, and you click back out and you get this. So this one is more for like this one, because I haven't done this image yet. So anyway, that's how that works, is that you get through the ending, you get through the credits, and then it'll say new image unlocked in the gallery, and then it'll bring it back here, so you click on gallery and you get back here. So I could expand the gallery. Maybe I could do it like in a DLC. I don't know, with more stuff. Might have more characters. Who knows? More storylines, more bug fixes. Probably the first update I'll probably do. But yeah, we're getting there. Obviously, it's gonna take me a while to figure out how to get most of this coding set up. So obviously you saw like it was tricky to get like somebody's that we have the voice not really accessible unless I figure out how to do that. Once I get this to be separated, then I could have the voice and the sound effect at the same time. Because right now the voice and the sound effects are going at the same place, so they only one of the others playing at the same time. So music is its own thing. So I would need something new to then replace the voice. So then this music, and so I'll have 3 channels going. But that'll be for me to figure out. So don't you worry about you guys. I'll keep working on this. Then we go to end card. So let me address everything else that we got going on. For the voting, I will end the poll. Thank you guys so much for doing it twice. If you did it twice, thank you. I'll take this into consideration. So thank you. That the long voices won out by a lot. Thank you. I will figure that out of how I want to do that. Go about it. So let's see. See you next stream. Thank you, Dakota. I'm going to keep going for like a little bit more to address some more stuff, but thank you if you have to leave right now. Thank you. See you soon. Let's see. So gotta talk about future streams and a demo. So as you saw, like the game is getting there. There's still like some features here and there that need to be worked on. Most of the, I'd say I'm still working on the audio parts of that. So the sound effects need to be figured out, and then I guess the vocals, now that I know what style you like, I can really go into that and really dive deep into trying to figure out to make those long sounds sound as best as I can, because right now they're all pretty much placeholders that I can play around with. Uno Morales, welcome. Hello. Yeah, everything's kind of work in progress, but I hope to, in the next week or so, which could mean a couple weeks, I hope to get figure everything out and then get it where it can be possibly, the game can be possibly completable and everything works. in a state that's pretty complete, I will then release a public demo to my Discord members, people, friends. Put it on the, I don't know, game channel or something, or stream ideas and suggestions board or something. But anyway, yeah, I'll put it on the Discord, Greenwater channel, link in the description, to join that. If you want to be part of that, to join the demo, playing of that, because I'm gonna need as many, you know, ideas and opinions on it, to see how, let's see what I can do or tweak, for it, because obviously, I know I usually make this, you know, make this stuff for me. Usually with these kind of animations, I was always kind of like, I want to do something that interests me, you know, and then I'm mostly just releasing so other people can watch it, you know. But I want to, you know, make sure with this, that's like this project and this game, that's like as many people can enjoy it. Yeah, I know. So, if something's annoying or something's, you know, broken or something, you know, once I get the demo out, I guess the second demo, yeah, please don't hesitate to say like, I'm annoyed by this is boring, can you fix this? And then I'll try my best. But some things I'm like, I don't quite see it that way, so I'm trying to, you know, say that I probably won't fix every suggestion, but there are some legitimate things I was like, the last time I did a demo, that's like, oh yeah, this text box is, you know, incorrectly displayed. And I'm like, it's not showing up, or it's like, it's weirdly low transparency. And it's like, oh yeah, let me fix that. Or there were some spaces with the apostrophes. And it's like, oh, okay, I can fix that, you know. But if it's like, hey, can you add Twilight Sparkle into the game? I'd be like, ooh, stuff like that. That's like, ooh, I don't know if I, nah. Like new features and stuff might be a little more tricky to implement than, hey, there's a weird spacing error with this apostrophe. I'll be like, oh, okay, sure, you know. So that's what I'm more in tune to look into, you know. But yeah. So first things first is to obviously finish the rest of the game, which I'm trying so hard. You see just how many working pieces there are to this now. Yeah, it's not just like, oh, I program it and then draw some art and then done. It's like, okay, how do I even do this programming piece? You know, why can't I just change some, you know, variable there and have it work? Yeah, I spent like a good part of a day's worth, you know, on just like one, you know, block of code to make it work. And still some pieces that I coded in still don't work, so it's like, cool. But I'm slowly getting there. It's much easier to have a block of code and then realize what's wrong with it, and then start from scratch and then try to build it. So as I add more things in, I'm able to then modify it rather than trying to create it. So as I continue, it does get a little faster to create things, to get things to be complete. So yeah. But yeah, that was really weird with there's so many things that I'll probably have to review this video to see if there was anything more that I missed. I know there's obviously some graphic issues that's like I literally haven't touched some of those parts yet, so it's not really an error if I haven't come back to, you know, I should come back and fix it, you know. It wasn't like it wasn't a mistake as much as I haven't touched it yet. Just a little happy accident, you know, that's like, oh, whoops, yeah, that's not working right. Oh, well. I'll get to it. So, yeah. But, hope you guys like it. Hope this game, you know, finds you, gives you joy. But yeah, let's see. So, next subject is the next stream. So, I plan to not do more, if all goes well with the game, I plan to not do more devlog streams with the game. So this will be the last time I really dive into the game. That's why I wanted to show as much as I could with the other side of it, the parts I haven't seen, so you get a full spectrum of what the game's like, developing it. So, next stream we'll be making a short animation for St. Patrick's Day, so that I can get it done before St. Patrick's. It's weird timing, where a lot of stuff is going on. It'll be the 10th, so I would want to do a Mario, stream on that day, but if I don't, then I'll be late to my St. Patrick's video. So it's like, So I gotta do St. Patrick's Day on the 10th, and then on the 18th, we'll be, what was it? Oh, it's gonna be playing Mario Odyssey with my guest. So I'll have to figure out the technical stuff on there to have 2 people on. So look out for that. And then we'll do the back half of Mario Odyssey, where I think we got pretty far in, probably over 2/3 into the game. So it'll be us trying to finish the rest of the game. Hopefully finish, get to the credits of some sort. Just doing 80%, not 100% collecting everything. But yeah, so that'll be the next segment, big segment, long haul, I guess. Long series will be finishing Mario Odyssey, and depending on how long that's gonna take. So future wise is to project schedule timeline for me is to work on a game completed as fast as I can. Hopefully by the end of the month would be maybe doable, possible, we'll see. Get the St. Patrick's animation before St. Patrick's Day, and then the game's complete, I'll be working back on the movie, working on chapter 7, and then on stream we'll do the Mario Odyssey game, and then after that, I don't know. But that'll be several months from now. So yeah, there we go. Look forward to all of that and more. Who knows how much more there is, but I have tons of ideas that can take like the next year or so to really realistically complete for streams and projects and stuff. So hopefully if I don't get exhausted and from work, I'll be able to work more on the game and complete that sooner. So have you guys play it sooner. So, but yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, look forward to it. Otherwise, this stream is complete. So thank you guys so much. Hope this was fun. I know there's always some weird technical stuff that always happens. It's like I don't know how to do some stuff, but so we'll show off a lot of stuff. So yep, next week we'll go back to hopefully just regular animation little project, and then some long series gaming. So yeah, alrighty, thank you guys for watching. Bye bye. See you then. Alright, bye bye.